Welcome to Tikehau in French Polynesia. This species of abalone is literally called the most beautiful abalone, and it's considered a rare shell. It's pretty small, reaching only about 1.5 inches in size. They're found in French Polynesia in the intertidal zone where they feed on algae. The holes in an abalone shell are used for respiration, spawning, and discharging waste. Drupes are in the Murex family, and they feed on other mollusks by drilling into the shell and secreting an acid, leaving behind a small round hole as evidence. Finger drupes live on shallow reefs and rocky shores in the East Indian Ocean to Polynesia. Orange augers are so rare to find. When they're alive, they spend most of their time buried in the sand. Augers are predators of marine worms, and they use a venomous barb to stun their prey. Orange augers can get up to about 6 inches, and they exist in the Red Sea to Hawaii and French Polynesia. The small giant clam is found in the Indo-Pacific from the Red Sea to Polynesia. It thrives in shallow, clear waters, typically less than 25 feet deep. These beautiful clams have highly variable colors, from blue to purple and green, with intricate patterns. Their soft mantle tissue extends beyond the shell and contains zooxanthellae, a single-celled photosynthetic algae which provides the clam with nutrients through photosynthesis. The Episcopal Miter is one of the most popular and well-known species of miter shells. Miters have a thick bullet-shaped shell like a bishop's headdress or mitre. They're usually buried in sand during the day and active at night when they hunt for marine worms and other mollusks. The shell can grow to about 6 inches. This is a textile cone, one of the most venomous cone snails in the world. It hunts using a harpoon-like radula, injecting powerful venom that instantly paralyzes its prey. Although rare, its sting can be fatal to humans, causing paralysis and respiratory failure, with no known antivenom. They reach up to about 4 inches long and have a beautiful tinted pattern on their shell. They mainly feed on other mollusks. And sitting right next to the textile cone, we have a Chiragra spider conch, a beautiful marine snail from the Indo-Pacific. They live in shallow waters up to about 80 feet deep. The name Chiragra comes from the Greek word for hand, referring to the long, spiny extensions on its shell that apparently resemble outstretched fingers. All spider conchs are herbivores, feeding on algae and marine plants. The giant top shell is a marine snail introduced to French Polynesia in 1957. About 40 individuals were originally transported by plane from Vanuatu to Tahiti to establish a population for commercial harvesting. The shell can be easily polished to reveal the nacre or mother of pearl, which is highly valued for making jewelry, buttons, and other crafts, and the snail itself is also consumed as food. Wow, a giant spider conch! Like the Chiragra spider conch we saw earlier, the giant spider conch gets its name from the long, spindly extensions on the outer lip of its shell, which are said to resemble spider legs. These flared projections help break up the outline of the shell, providing camouflage against the reef and deterring predators. They reach up to about 13 inches in length and feed on algae and detritus. This is a virgin cone, another predatory marine snail found in the Indo-Pacific. It gets its name from the distinctly smooth, unblemished appearance of its shell, which is said to be reminiscent of purity or virginity. The ivory cone gets its name from the shell's light, creamy hue, which resembles the color of ivory. It's found in shallow waters of the Indo-Pacific, typically from about 5 to 80 feet. The reef manta ray can grow up to 18 feet long in wingspan. Known for their intelligence, they display social behaviors like playing, and they often interact with divers. Mantas feed on zooplankton, using oral flaps to direct food-laden water into their mouths. They can travel long distances, migrating hundreds of miles in search of food. They have a slow growth rate too and can live up to about 20 years. They're also non-aggressive and often seen in groups, making them a favorite among divers and snorkelers.